Hey guys, I'm HOJ, and in today's video we'll be doing another best of one standard event with my mono white control deck, kind of slash token deck. So if you saw the video yesterday, this is kind of a continuation of that deck. If you check the video description, you're going to see links for the playlist, the deck list, all the win rate statistics, and also a link if you'd like to subscribe if you like this kind of content and you want to see more. So let's go ahead and jump into the changes. So I really decided that I needed kind of some better interaction. Parting Gust has been amazing. This is fantastic at dealing with creatures and exiling them. Same with Seam Rip at the 1 mana slot. But I had removed kind of the playset of Get Lost just because it wasn't really dealing with everything that I needed to. And so I decided to replace it with Aang's Iceberg. And I've been very impressed with this card. It's from the new set. It's 1 white and 2 other. It's an enchantment with flash. And then when this enchantment enters, exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. And then it has Waterbend 3, sacrifice this enchantment, and if you do, scry 2. So it's a very versatile card. It's if you're familiar with Oblivion Ring or Banishing Light, this is kind of that, but on steroids. It does have flash, which is huge, and then also the ability to protect one of your own permanents and then later break it out with Waterbend, and then even getting some scry 2 in the process can be really nice. So, for example, if you have like an Elspeth Stormslayer in play, they try to get rid of it, you can protect it with Iceberg and then break it out to kind of go on to hopefully win the game. So really liking this card. I've moved up to 3 copies and I could see going to 4. Right now it's just kind of making room and I don't know what else I'd want to cut. I kind of played around with the numbers on Authority of the Consuls and Seam Rip, and they both feel really good at 3. Same with the board wipe slot, which used to be Ultima, and I was also looking at the Pinnacle Star Cage, but Day of Judgment just kind of does everything I want it to do. It doesn't get rid of our Enduring Innocence, and so Day of Judgment feels right for this deck, and 3 copies is kind of where I've settled on. Same with Kutzil's Flanker. This is really nice because it helps us kind of find what we need, and it also helps kind of buy time against mono red. It's great to sort of neutralize graveyard recursion decks, and even protects you against mill decks if they try to like use the exhaust on River Churn. So I really like Kutzil's Flanker, and then we've just got like the engine pieces. We have Voice of Victory, which creates tokens and makes gives us a much better game against other control decks, just because we set this up on 2, then our opponents can't cast spells or counter our stuff after that unless they get rid of it. And then on 3, we have a full play set of Caretaker's Talent and Enduring Innocence. So the plan is you play Voice of Victory on 2 and then play one of these on 3 when they can't counter it, and then just attack in, make a token, and draw a card. So that's kind of the engine. And then Elspeth Stormslayer is really just, I feel like it's just like the best top end for this kind of deck. It sort of does something that nothing else can do as a Planeswalker, just dodging mass removal. Whereas, Overlord of the Mistmoors is also an option you can consider, but it does get taken out by our Day of Judgment. And so I just like Elspeth a little bit more and kind of go in that direction. Still at 27 land, I really like the inclusion of 3 copies of Secluded Starforge in addition to our Fountain Ports, and this feels like a pretty good split. We're still able to get white mana fairly often between the Sunken Citadels, the Plains, and then the Abandoned Air Temples, which are also just a fantastic finisher. Multiple times you'll be in situations where you have a couple tokens out. You can use Elspeth to give them flying and +1/+1, and then if you have extra mana, you can pump them all again in the middle of combat. Especially like if you attack with a Voice of Victory, and then after it makes tokens, you pump everything up. It's pretty powerful. So that's the deck. So far, I think we've gone 4-3, 3-3, and 4-3 for our records with the deck. and we're hoping to try to trophy, so hopefully this new change with Aang's Iceberg will help us get there. With this change, we have 7 really clean answers to Ouroboros, and a lot of other really hard to deal with cards, like Enduring Curiosity, Opposing Enduring Innocence, stuff like that. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Also, if you guys like Limited, depending on when you're watching this, so tomorrow is the best of 1 play-in event for the Avatar Seal deck, and since I made top 1200 last season, I've got 20 play-in points to use for that, so I'm hoping to get the chance to film that as well. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. And I haven't had a chance to do that many Avatar drafts, but I really do like the format and hoping to do maybe a couple more drafts as well. I think I got a comment or 2 that you guys would like to see more draft videos, and I would love to do more, so that sounds good to me. All right, our opening hand looks good. We have a couple mana here. We've got Voice of Victory on 2, hopefully one of our engines on 3. We do need another land, but we have 27 lands in the deck, so we have a pretty good chance of drawing into one, just a little bit under 50-50, with 25 out of the 53 remaining cards as land. All right, so this could be, okay, there's the land, which is great to see. This could be like Dimir mid-range. It could be like Dimir or Esper control that has like mill elements. So hopefully we'll find out here soon. Okay, it's Esper. Most likely I'm going to guess that this is Esper control with mill. So we're going to try to stick a voice here. If they have a counter, we've got another one ready. Yeah, they do have the No More Lies. If they go for like the stock up here, we can drop either Innocence or Caretaker's Talent. Okay, never mind, it's 4 color control, but they do go for the same plan for stock up. So here it's kind of a race. We want to try to get as much pressure in before turn 7 when they potentially have, most lists have like 3 copies of Jeskai Revelation. And so we want to try to get there before that happens. Okay, so let's go for talent here. Even though we don't have the Voice of Victory, you know, getting voice down would be nice. I think just for mana efficiency, getting talent going. We can still make a token next turn since we've got 4 mana. So I think just getting this active is pretty good. Now they're probably holding up Inevitable Defeat, or just using it. All right, so here we could go for the Voice of Victory, but it's not an amazing use of our mana. I think, especially since they're holding up potentially another counter spell or 3 steps. We could also try to like wait and do flanker on end of turn. It's another option, or just make a token and start drawing cards. It's kind of a little bit of a weak play, but it's uncounterable, so there is that. I think maybe let's try to get to 5 mana. So maybe we'll wait for like end of turn. I think I'm just going to do that. This way it kind of gives us a couple different outs. We want to keep trying to hit our land on time, especially getting ready for double white. Now if they try to remove this, we can make a token in response. We could also protect it with our Iceberg, which is kind of a cool heads-up play. Okay, so I think we could get the single card here, but I kind of like saving it with Iceberg. I guess on the other side of it, though, we do get some map tokens, which potentially will help us hit our land drops. So, I think we don't have a lot of extra mana. I'm just going to make a token here, get a little bit of value, and then hopefully use the map tokens to try to hit our land drops. I think I'm actually okay with that. Or get us closer to lands. Like if we had a lot of land in play already, I think I'd be more likely to try to hang on to and protect it with Iceberg, but we only have 4 mana, so we're really strapped for mana efficiency. Okay, they're probably just going to hold up removal here. I think what we want to do is play Voice. I guess we could attack first, but I was thinking we play Voice. If it goes through, then we can safely use our map tokens without any interaction. And we want to get Voice in play anyways. If they counter this, they could go 3 steps here and draw some cards. But at least gives us a window to try to find land. Okay, they did have the counter. So if they now also have removal for our fish token, it's kind of annoying, but it sort of is what it is. Okay, we hit our land, that's the important part. Everything else is upside. Be interesting if they decided to like burn it now after letting the first one go through. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's definitely an engine. We have a couple other engines going. I'm almost tempted to just, even though it's a great card, we're kind of on a little bit of a time scale here, so we might want to just go for like Enduring Innocence. But I suppose we can level it up, so I guess let's keep it. Yeah, part of me kind of wanted to wait and just keep hitting lands here, but this is pretty good because we can go play it, copy the token, provided our token is still around, and get a little bit of value. Yeah, I might be wrong, but I think just trying for it. They only have so many counters. They could still do 3 steps here. But their big counter comes down on 7. So taxing their mana feels pretty good. All right, if they let it through, they probably have removal. So I guess we attack first before trying to copy. And then we're still going to try to copy, even if we know this is probably going to die. Yeah, this is only, I guess, during as a sorcery, but that's still fine. I think we're still just going to up it just to... We're not worried so much about value here. I think we just want to start setting up for trying to win. Okay, now they have Jeskai Rev online. Most lists have 3 copies, so we should be expecting it. We're going to try to want a double spell here. It's a little tough, though, because we have we only have 2 white sources, so like playing Innocence is not going to work if we want a double spell. So I think we just kind of hold for end of turn. Like the mana is just a little iffy. Okay, and if they don't do anything, I guess we can... So if we flanker, we can try to set up drawing some more land. Unfortunately, we can't really use the iceberg here, but I think it's better than a single token. Although it can be countered, so there is that. All right, Elspeth is great. It's a good way to try to win. However, we just are really struggling here to hit white sources. We're kind of running into that same issue. But I think if we draw the land, let's see, if we manage to play Innocence, we will then have enough to actually make a token. So it's not like ideal, but I think it's pretty good. Question is, do we want to try to go for Elspeth? I think with 7 mana up, I really don't. I think we want to go for Innocence instead. So I actually think this is okay. We don't have that many white sources, but I think we can work with it. And yeah, I guess leaving 4 up I don't think matters. I guess we can attack first here. Do they have the Jeskai Rev? Okay, I guess not. We already hit land, so we can just wait here. Okay, let's make a token in response. I guess we could have gone for a treasure token there. Actually, never mind. We didn't have enough. Okay, there's a nice white source. That's great. But yeah, the fact that they didn't play Jeskai Rev there makes me think that they don't have it, so they're just trying to search for it. Okay, so this is probably a good time. We could try to go for more nonsense with like Enduring Innocence, which is certainly fine. They might be holding 3 steps here, and so we're not left with very many mana if we go for Elspeth. So maybe it's right to go for Innocence here. Elspeth is definitely like kind of a big gamble. Yeah, it looks like they've got potentially 3 steps. No more lies, that's fine. We are low on mana, so they did prevent us from drawing some cards here, but I think that's okay. Ooh, that was really good. Okay. Fire magic for the win. Okay, there's 3 steps. So before they get 3 steps, we definitely want to get Elspeth going. How do we want to tap this? I think probably that. And we want to leave, I think, 2 of these up. Yeah, that'll still give us access to double white. Actually, I think we should have tapped 1 more Fountain Port so we could have... never mind, we don't have enough mana. I was thinking we had more mana than we did. All right, and then let's go ahead and pass. We can try to level this up next turn. And potentially protect things here with Aang's Iceberg. Or just make a token and draw some more cards. Yeah, even if they activate here and attack, then we don't really care. They could try to make like a copy of it, I guess. All right, let's just make some more tokens. All right, now we have, let's see, 3, 7, 10 mana. So we can double pump here. So we're going to start off, actually we can, let's do it like this. Let's go to level 3. And then we'll pump again. And now we've got like double Iceberg up. And we've got pump. So even if they decide to like make a copy of their Restless Anchorage, we can get rid of 2 of them. I think this is, oh, never mind, non-land permanent. So we can just +1/+1. Oh, but we can gust it, I think. Non-token. I think we can target this with Gust, and it's pretty funny. Yeah, that felt pretty good. We don't quite have enough to kill them, but yeah, they're going to scoop. All right, 1 and 0. Feels good to be able to take down a control mirror. All right, opening hand looks good. We've got mana, stuff to do. Up against... Looks like with starting town, this is probably Jeskai. Jeskai only runs like usually 3 or 4 counters total. So there's a decent chance that we just get the Voice of Victory through here. And that number escalates on turn 3, so I think it's worth trying to go for it. They usually don't run quite as many get losts, or not get lost, but no more lies. Yeah. They do have more removal though, so they can do things like Helix and whatnot. So there is that. Okay, they're going to want to go for Shiko coming up here. We're going to have Aang ready. Problem is they can get this stock up back, which is really going to be good for them. Having Kutzil's flanker here would be amazing, for example. I'm still trying to work out like the timing of this matchup, or how best to prepare for it. Ooh, no Shiko, not this turn, okay. Okay, let's make a... Ooh, I guess we could make a treasure token. That's pretty great. I think here we probably want to start with treasure tokens, since we've got the extra mana for it. We could go for... Actually, I think this is a really good term to go for Elspeth, because... they probably want to like consult the stars here. They don't run Inevitable Defeat because they don't have access to black, and like they can try to like Helix it, but they really want to probably take this turn off to go for consult. And so they could 3-step it, but I think this is a good time to try to force an Elspeth through. It just kind of screws up their timing. Oh, never mind. They are 4-color control. Okay. I guess with starting town, it's hard to tell if you're up against 4-color or if you're up against Jeskai sometimes. Okay, so things change with 4-color control. What do we want to do? Let's get another fountain port out there. You can just start making tokens. Okay, there's the consult that we were talking about. Iceberg is not great in this matchup, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, so let's... I think we want to start making 1/1s. It's like the extra mana is not that important right now. I guess we could try to card draw, but like it's sort of like a kind of a race against them. So I think we just want to go for more guys. Okay, we can Iceberg the flanker. Guess we'll wait for them to scry. So we got to be careful of our life total because they can do a lot of damage to face. Sure. rinse and repeat. I think here we're just going to hold back to make a couple more tokens and try to do a pump afterwards. Because if they hold like 12 points of damage in hand, we could just lose. Okay, they have the Jeskai Rev. It's pretty good. I think we do want to Iceberg one of these because they're going to potentially be doing a lot of damage. It's a good use of our Iceberg. Oh, you know what? God, I missed. We could have sacked that token in response. That was a mistake. Still getting used to this. At 12, maybe we want to start. Gotta be a little careful with the life total here. Maybe start doing a little bit of card draw. Okay, they've got 3 steps. You know, we should have tried to Seam Rip first, I think, because now they can copy their monk token. Oh, but I guess they're just drawing. Okay. Yeah, I think against still, you know, still learning here, but I think against 4-color control, maybe protect the life total a bit more and try to make like treasure tokens and then sack those to get advantage. All right, let's keep digging. Just keep working with the land. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I don't think there's anything this is actually protecting, right? We can just waterbend that and get a scry here if we want to. It's good to know. Okay, so that's happening. They might have enough burn in hand to just burn us out at this point. So I think probably going forward, just try to make a lot more treasure tokens instead of maybe play a bit more of a long game. We kind of have to outlast all of their Jeskai Revs and all of their insane card draw. they might just have the burn here. We kind of want to like try as much as possible to get to like a I forget, blanking on the name, but the 2/1 lifelink, enduring or enduring innocence. That's right. All right, so let's make another token here, or actually let's just scry. Let's just scry. See a couple more cards this way. Okay, Voice and Seam Rip are both nice, but they're not what we're looking for. I think we want to maybe do it on their end step. So hopefully we survive through another turn. It's a big if. Yeah, holding the icebergs is kind of nice because they have to target something with inevitable defeat, so we can use that to like essentially counter their inevitable defeat. Yeah, and that's gonna do it. All right. So yeah, prioritizing trying to like get to enduring innocence is probably maybe more of the game. 1 and 1. All right, opening hand looks good. We have a little bit of removal, a little bit of value. We got a fountain port. Just need another land and kind of get going. If we draw into Voice here, it'd be great. Okay, this is probably like, could be like the Izzet prowess / lessons / discard deck. There's a lot of different versions of it, but yeah. And it doesn't run that many creatures, so we could potentially use Parting Gust. Well, not on this because it's a token, but just pretty freely. They also, I don't think, run too many counters, so we just kind of go for it here. They run a lot of bounce, so they'll have like Boomerang Basics, and they have like, yeah. If we get to Kutzil's Flanker, we want to hit their yard in response to like Wisdom. Want to get Citadel going, but we want to be able to make tokens, so we could get Citadel and then play Talent here. Kind of like that's a good use of our mana. I think let's just do that. Could have 3 steps here. Ooh, he'll quench you. That's right. Yeah. Forgot about it'll quench you. Okay. So I guess knowing that they have that, maybe it would have been better to just like go for like the token play. And now they can get back the accumulated wisdom, so we want to definitely try to get Seam Rip for the Storm Chaser's talent. I think we just draw a card here. Question is if we want a treasure token or a fish token. Might go for treasure here just to get like more access to more mana. Although making the tokens bigger later could be good. I think yeah, just more mana now is probably what we want. And then we can copy that next turn for another draw. We could also do it now if we feel like we're under a lot of pressure. Might be worth doing just for the extra mana. Guess we'll go for the value. This way we also have Parting Gust in case we need it. Voice is really nice. Okay, we can go for voice, and then if voice resolves, then we can take this before they can get their wisdom back. Sure. All right, let's pay. We want to have access to the white, so I guess we'll pay this way. Now I think, so Parting Gust on Serpent of the Past is great. Man. All right, let's make a copy of our token to draw a card. Might have to use it this turn. Flanker is really good right now. We can do Flanker in response to them doing Storm Chaser's talent. That's actually pretty good. They could have It'll Quench You is the only problem. Could just, there's 2 in the yard though, so the chances aren't super great. They could have 3 steps. We could also just Aang's Iceberg to get rid of their talent here. I like having access to Flanker. I think we'll sit. If they didn't already have like 2 It'll Quench You in the yard, I might have just used all the mana on our turn. But I kind of want to get him to like tap out for this and then get him in response. Okay, we can block a voice here and try to get them to do some stuff. I suppose we can Parting Gust in response if it goes too big. Okay, they want to bounce our Caretaker's talent. I'm fine with that, because it doesn't bother me. Into the Flood Maw. Okay, now I think we can Parting Gust our voice to keep it around. We are going to take a little bit of damage here. I think I'd rather have my voice. Otherwise, we could use Parting Gust to get rid of their Serpent and then just lose our voice. 6 is a lot of damage, so I might just do that. And now they can't get this stuff back, so I think let's Parting Gust. They could still have It'll Quench You. Or they could like bounce it. Sure. Alright, that was quite a turn. So we could Caretaker's Talent. I want to get rid of this thing now. Actually, I suppose we can wait. Because we can just do it in response to them leveling it. Feels pretty good. So how much mana do we have? We've got 3, 7, 8 mana. So we can go for talent. Let's see, I think we can use a Fountain Port here. And we can level this one up. Get ourselves another blocker, and then we can still have access. We can play Authority here. We'll just have to use our treasure. So I think I'm okay with that. Okay, now we can get their yard in response. All right, now guess we'll just chump here, and our tokens are going to get better, so we can just take 3 damage, and it's fine. Now we can level up, draw some cards. And do we have enough mana? I think we do. I guess we can just go to level 3, or we could Seam Rip this, but they have to spend 6 mana on it, so that's a little while away. So let's just go to level 3. And then I think we're at 17. I think we hold these back for now. Can pump them again. So we can make these 5/5s on our turn, but I think we do want to deal with their threat here. So I think they're going to need 2 different cards here. I guess actually if they bounce the thing that makes tokens, they could totally get us. Yeah, I mean if they have Into the Floodmaw here, it's really good. Or Into the Royal. There actually are a lot of cards that just deal with this. Okay, so maybe I think we actually can take the hit and then pressure. Yeah, so knowing that, I guess we should have attacked, at least with one of them. Now we've got both of these ready. Let's go to level 4. Or level 3. And I think we want to attack with maybe 1 for now. Just be a little hesitant here. Hold some reactions up. Just be a little careful. Take it slow. Wan Shi Tong. We can seam rip that. So we can wait and seam rip it. It's going to hit us a little hard here, but we're at 12. I think we can just take the hit off Wan Shi Tong and just seam rip it on our turn. So I'm not super worried about that. Because it's considered 2 mana or less since it is X in the cost. And we can Parting Gust. Let's get rid of the 6/5. If they've got a way to deal with it, that's fine. Let's try to clear the way here. Three steps, sure. All right, now we can voice, just so they can't do any nonsense. How do we want to do this? I think let's just tap Starforge. So no spells if this resolves. Okay, now we can seam rip the Wan Shi Tong. Can Parting Gust the Serpent. And we can Iceberg this and kill them. Oh, never mind, we can't Iceberg that. Oh, wait, can we? Yeah, we can. All right, that'll work. Yeah, it's the Parting Gust that can't target token creatures. That's right. Two and one. Quick break. All right, see if we can run it back. was kind of a fun back and forth game there. All right, opening hand looks good. We have some mana, we have some removal, a little bit of card advantage. Just need a way to make tokens. All right, up against, this is probably Selesnya Rabbits. Or I have seen a Selesnya version of the Badger Mole Cub deck, so there's that too. But either way, we're getting rid of this Badger Mole Cub right now. We don't want to give them that jump on mana if we can avoid it. Yeah, okay, Collector's Cage. The deck is sort of coming back now. We could Caretaker's Talent. I think we just want to get Innocence going. Even if we have to like wipe it away, it'll still hang out, so that'll be good. Yeah, the Restless Prairie is a really good target for Badger Mole Cub, just because you don't have to pay the mana, it just gives +1/+1 to other stuff when it attacks. That's a nice little trick. Sure. I think we probably, let's see, they've still got 4 cards in hand. Kind of curious what this card is, like how scary this card is. If we're really worried about it, we could wipe the board away and then make them sort of restart. But then we don't have like another full clear. So I'm kind of tempted to just force the issue and play an Enduring Innocence here. I guess I don't know how bad it can get because I don't know their deck. Okay, we do have another board wipe, so that's good. Happy to trade with whatever here. I can't remember what this deck goes for with their... Okay, Gearhulk. Now it's coming back. And they get... I think they get like the Duskmourn Reliquary to like deal with anything. Pretty sure that's what they go for. Or I guess just more creatures. Yeah, that works. This thing has trample, so I guess we trade. We want them to commit a little bit more. I guess we could exile this. I kind of want to just board wipe, but I don't want to make it look like we have board wipe exactly. Maybe we just play Caretaker's Talent. We could also... I kind of like iceberging this thing, actually, because they could get this thing going soon. It is annoying. And then I guess we could Parting Gust the Gearhulk, get them to commit to the board a bit more, and then just set up for day. That's pretty good. Before they get like paw patch down. Okay, Gearhulk number 2. So many Gearhulks. Okay, they do have the Duskmourn Reliquary, or Dusk Rose Reliquary. I think we still want them to commit more, so I'm just going to Caretaker's Talent here. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to make tokens, so I think we just sit. They might just try to like get rid of Angs here and then start going with Collector's Cage and just keep a lot of stuff in hand and like force the issue with Day, but I guess we just try to drag it out as long as we can. I mean, that's a good target too. Yeah. Well, there's a fountain port. But either way, I think we just Day. Oh, we could even make a token. That's cool. And we already hit our land drop, so we'll just wait till their turn. Gearhulk number 3. Oh man, there are so many of these things. Let's make a... Oh, we can make a treasure token. Actually, I guess we want the creature because then we'll draw another card. Ooh, Elspeth is really good. All right, so how do we do this? So we go for Elspeth. Gearhulk is annoying because it has trample. So I think we Parting Gust it. And we still have enough for Elspeth, plus other nonsense. All right, and then we Elspeth. Let's go for level 2. Draw some cards. Ooh, another board wipe. And let's make even more tokens.
More heroes for the cause.
And we will soften them up for the big push next turn. Problem is they can use the Pixie to get rid of our Elspeth, which is kind of annoying. I guess we get back our Innocence, which is kind of cool. But that is assumingly... I assume that's what's going to happen here. So Elspeth is a bigger threat. I get it. Sure. Man, they got comebacks for weeks. Ooh, that was silly. Not getting rid of the Elspeth. Although, can this thing even target Elspeth? Oh, I guess not. Never mind. Alright. So now we have a bunch of mana. 5, 9, sort of 10 mana. We want to give everything... all the tokens, buff, and then make them fly. So that's where we're going to start. Now Is that enough to get them? So we're going to give them essentially +2/+2. So these will be 5/5s thanks to this. Yeah. And then I guess they won't quite be dead. Guess we're pushing 15 in the air. They can hit us back for 5, maybe more. I suppose we could spend another turn just preparing. All right. I think we attack with 2. We don't quite have it. I think we can get him to 1. So now we're just setting up for the big push. Let's make some more tokens.
Join the fight.
And then we'll just sit. But yeah, next turn it's almost certainly lethal, unless they have a board wipe. The rabbits aren't going to do it. We could sack about it, we just don't care. It's fine. Alright, let's make some more 3/3s. And now it's game. Pump for style points. Okay, 3 and 1. Yeah, Elspeth just does so much work in this deck. Okay, opening hand looks good. We've got some advantage. We have a little bit of utility, some land. No board wipes or removal yet, but we have about 15 in the deck in total of various types. Parting Gust is good. That is a great target for it. Although hilariously it does give them a card. Do we just Parting Gust again? I think we just Parting Gust again. Because then we can, like... Although we can get talent going. It's a better use of our mana. This will give us a good attack, too, though. Yeah, I guess we can Parting Gust here. Okay, I was not expecting cats. If they have Regal Caracal next turn, we are in some serious trouble. So probably need flanker. How do we want to do this? I think we just sit back and wait for flank. Actually, they're going to pump these so they're not going to be blockable or easily blockable, but I guess we can just chump. Pride Regent, sure. Yeah, we need a board wipe stat. Okay, good cards, but that's not what we're looking for right now. Make the trade here and keep our flanker. Or try to make the trade. Yep, that's fine. Authority. We don't quite have enough to make tokens yet and do talent, so I guess we just kind of play everything out here. I wonder if we kind of go for this and level it, or just try to make a blocker. It might be safer just to make a blocker here. Alright, so they are a true token deck. Well, that's kind of good to know. Sort of like the kind of like the first iteration of this deck that I had the cats in, so it's kind of comforting in a way. We're taking 7-9. Could just block a 1/1 here and keep the token around. Yeah, I guess that's okay. So now we can Caretaker's Talent and Innocence. All right, let's start with Innocence. Okay, now we'll go for Talent. And we'll level up the talent, making another robot. We might still be dead, depending on what they have. But I think it's a good chance to try to draw into something. If they have Cat, if they have Regal Caracal, we're in such trouble. Okay, let's see, block here. We could just trade off a little bit, but I think if we like level up, these will be 4/4s. Can be a little bit more threatening, but we might just want to try to... Man, this is rough. I think we just want to stop the damage, so maybe we just double block here. Yeah, that's probably best. Okay, I think we make a token and then find out what we draw. Do we want to make a robot? That was the real question. It's more mana, and we might need the mana to board wipe. So if we go 1, 2, we have exactly enough for a day if we go for the robot token. But if we do the other one, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can still make the tokens bigger. I think I'm gonna go for just the fish token here. Just see what we draw. Okay, and now we've got flanker, we have iceberg, we have some options. So I think we just pass, try to buy a little bit more time. Parting Gust, flanker, iceberg. Like we can like get their Arabo mid-attack, so that'll help a lot. Okay. Can't really spare the mana to like sack. Oh, we don't even have that thing open, so yeah. Alright, we just let that happen. Yep. But we do draw a card, which is kind of cool. All right, so now I think we Parting Gust the Arabo. And I think we probably flanker here as well. Just for the life. Okay, that is not, that's great, but we need a board wipe. Although, I mean, Enduring Innocence will draw us quite a few cards and provide some lifelink. Maybe we keep Innocence on top. Taking 4 or 5. I think we just take this damage here. Maybe we like try to be able to block this next turn. Okay, Innocence is pretty good. Let's tap this. I think we want to tap the Starforge. We want to do other stuff. I think we need to. Actually, I guess we can tap the 3 white. Got Authority. All right, so if we make a token this turn, can we still day? Don't have enough mana. Okay. In that case, let's play Authority. And probably also Voice. Caretaker's Talent. I think we just sit now. Double Authority is really nice, gives us that extra padding. And we're now drawing 4 cards for every token. Okay, Carrot Cake happens, even more life. Okay, and I guess they're just they're done attacking. That works too. At some point we have to draw a board wipe. Although I guess at some point we won't even need the board wipe. Okay, I think we just want more, maybe more Fountain Ports here. Can play another Innocence to just really get it going. Man, we're down to 28 cards. This is kind of wild. We could use Elspeth too. That would really help a lot. There's the board wipe. Okay, good to know now that we have it, although we may not even need it now. Just go for Elspeth. We have another Caretaker's Talent. Can get that going. I guess let's start there. Okay, there's the Elspeth. And all the days that we need. Going to be discarding a lot of cards this turn. All right, and I think that's it for now. So we'll just set up for next turn. Discard 7 cards, good lord. Alright, Plains, Starforge, 5, Seam Rep. Okay, just had to get something out of there. Down to 22 cards. We're now drawing 6 cards off of this token, which is kind of wild. All right, and hopefully with Elspeth we can put this to bed. All right, we have voice, so they can't cast any spells. All right, so where's the Elspeth? Okay, there's the Elspeth.
So long as we fight, hope cannot die.
All right, now we can get this to level 3. And that should be a whole lot of damage. Let's see, 4, 7, 10, 12, 24. They're dead. That works. Whew! That was pretty wild. We drew like 40 cards. Oh my god. All right, 4 and 1. All right, 4 and 1. That was a pretty wild game. Lots and lots of card draw. Opening hand looks good. We have white mana, at least 1 source, early game, and some card advantage. See what we're up against. Okay. Could be any number of decks. I think we're okay leading out with Sunken Citadel over Authority. So, I guess it's possible that this is Esper Control, but it usually doesn't run Deep Cavern Bat. Alright, they took our Voice of Victory, but we found another one, so... We can also try to Parting Gust this at some point, but... Looks like just Dimir Aggro. Or mid-range, whatever you want to call it. We could get Caretaker's Talent out now. Could also get the Abandoned Air Temple set up for next turn. Authority is pretty nice, but I think Yeah, they're gonna just. I think they're gonna try to set up here for. They probably go for like Enduring Curiosity on their next turn, which is unfortunate. They're gonna draw 2 cards. We want to have Parting Gust ready for them. So I think, as much as I want to get the Caretaker's talent going, I think we want to be ready for Parting Gust here. They could also have like Kato here. Kato would be pretty good. Alright, if they don't have Kato, I guess we could go for... Parting Gust the Bat. We could also... Actually, this is kind of nice. I guess we could Aang's Iceberg, the Bat, and then get another authority going. I think while they're tapped out, I kind of like that. And the reason I'm doing it this way instead of Parting Gust is we need the extra white mana. Just get a little bit more set up. So yeah, maybe they were stuck on land trying to get set up for Enduring Curiosity. Okay, Plains is nice. Now we can go... I guess let's go Voice, because we're going to need Voice anyways. Caretaker's Talent is more mana efficient, because we're just planning to do Parting Gust on their turn. I guess this is a blocker, so there's that. Yeah, maybe it's okay. We just do Voice here, and then Parting Gust back up. Okay, so they have that. It's unfortunate. We're just going to hold the Parting Gust here because it's too much of a blowout for them to get 2 extra free cards. Yep, there it is, right on time. Get some life on the way in, and even more life when we give them a fish. Yeah, you gotta be ready for Curiosity. Okay, the Voice that won't die. I love it. Alright, so it's Voice plus Talent. No tricks. Hopefully they're out of removal. Guess they can lock down our Voice here.
Sit down. Rethink your life.
Let's see. We've got enough to do Starforge now. And we can then also level 2 it. I think let's just do that. We'll do it main phase here so we can level 2 it. Get us some much needed blockers. Okay, so much for the blockers. Oh my god.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Alright, well they're out of gas for the moment. Again, we can make it main phased in case we draw like a spell that's we're able to cast, although we'll only have 2 extra mana. So if we draw like Voice, I guess it's good enough. But yeah, I guess we go for that. Let's see. Okay, didn't quite get there. But we at least have a blocker. For the moment.
I've trained with the best.
So if they full push, I think we do block the fish here. Okay, so much for that. They've got us on a full court press here. All right, so Innocence can block. And then we can make a token. I guess now we can wait to make the token inside of combat, in case they have like sorcery level nonsense. But they can still get rid of Innocence, so maybe it doesn't matter. I guess there's no reason to not do it later. Hopefully we're able to stabilize here. I guess they lock down Innocence. Oh no, they lock down Innocence and then that's just it. Tough beats. Yeah. Assuming they go for it, which they 100% will. Yeah. Well, we didn't quite get there. We needed just a little bit more action. I'm surprised though, because double authority like is normally pretty good. I guess they had all the removal in their entire deck. I think they run like 7 removal, although Aetherize is a bit weird, but usually it's like 7 pieces of removal, and they're able to use Kato in a good way. Yep. All right, 4 and 2. All right, let's see if we can get another win. This deck has actually been a lot of fun to play, though, and kind of tweak around a little bit. I think sort of like some of the complex board states are a lot more interesting to me than the kind of board states that I run into in like a typical aggro game. So it is fun in that way. I am still like an aggro player at heart, but it's been fun playing this control deck. All right, going first looks good. We've got Voice into some card draw with a little bit of removal on the side. If we can get to our 3rd land. With 27 lands, hopefully we get there. And they've got the discard, so much for that plan. Well, it was a nice plan. We got the land for what it's worth. So whichever of those 2 engines they don't take... Oh, they took Elspeth, okay. That works for me. Let's get Innocence going. Talent might be better long-term. Innocence gets some life. Life does matter in this matchup, though, so I think that I will go with Innocence here. Now we'll just go for Caretaker's talent. I don't think we need to get rid of Terminus here. Like, they're ramping their mana a little bit, which is kind of annoying, but I don't know that we're supposed to Iceberg that. So I think I'm going to go for talent. But let's attack first. I just want to get talent onto the field before they can rip my hand apart. And then here, I think I'm also going to level it to 2 just to be mana efficient. Because we always like have more stuff to do with our mana, so we're never at a point where we can't use mana. Pretty much ever. In some ways, that's kind of like the aggro player in me, like always trying to be efficient with mana usage and whatnot, but who knows? I think they do some sort of weird like bounce nonsense with this guy, but I think we want to hang on to the iceberg. The Parting Gust is a bit cheaper, which is nice, but we give them a fish, so. All right, I guess we could. I don't think we care about this right now. We're at decent life total. I think we just go for Air Temple into holding up Iceberg, potentially making a token. Just be a little bit reactive here. So if they go for the discard, we can use the Iceberg. It's nice that we can also use this to protect our stuff. Opponent is deep in the tank. Okay, so they want to do that. We can go ahead. I think we want to get rid of the Investigator. It's kind of annoying. Terminus is good, but let's just do that. Okay, now we might be able to play something. Let's see, I guess we'd have potentially 2 mana if we go for the Fountain Port. Yeah, let's do that. Authority is nice. I still don't really know what their deck does. I guess it's just like black, discard, good stuff, planeswalkers. Well, I think we should just kill the Ashiok. They could potentially have nonsense, but I think we should go for it. So, if we do that, though, we can't make a token, which is worth noting. And this would only bring us to 5 damage on the Ashiok. So, I guess we just push it down to 3. We definitely want to fight over it, though.
Do not test me.
And then I guess we could do... I want to be a little careful here of playing around like a board sweeper since they have now planeswalkers in play. So let's wait till their turn to start drawing cards. That's fine. Do we care? I guess we could draw a card to see, although they still have like board wipe mana up. I think we just let the Day of Judgment go since we have better board presence than they do. Just want to make sure we have creatures at the end of the turn. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to lose the Innocence drawing ability. So I think it's a question of if we want to draw extra cards or have extra board presence. I think we want extra board presence here, so we let it go. Because we want to make sure we can kill this Ashiok. And we don't quite have enough mana to do 2 tokens, so we're just going to go for the Starforge here. Okay, that's a nice pickup. And then we can level up the talent here. Okay, so they haven't leveled up. We're at 21, so we're fine on life for now. Let's just play stuff out. I think we want to tap the Starforge here. And then... yeah, we need to level this in order to kill the Ashiok, so we'll just do that. We miss out on a token, or on a card draw this turn, but I want Enduring Innocence on the field. Alright, so now we can start making multiple tokens. We can make 1, we can already make 2. They haven't leveled this up yet, so I still don't care too much about them doing an extra 2 damage. Yeah, that's pretty good though. Kind of curious what they go for here. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Elspeth is pretty good. All right, let's make another token. All right, so now we've got 4, 6, 10 mana. We could double pump. We could swing for 10, but we can just go through the Caretaker talent plan. Let's do that. So they probably maybe kill the token in response. I guess we'll see. Sure. I guess we could draw a card in response. Let's see, how much mana do we have? If we do that, we won't have enough to make another token, so I think we just have to let it go. And then we'll just make tokens, I guess, next turn. So we'll just hit them for 3 this turn. Oh, you know, never mind. We got to draw a card now so they don't get extra cards. Let's see. I guess in that case, let's make a robot. Yeah, this deck is so mana hungry, it's crazy, but I kind of love it. I think we can lose the Sunken Citadel here. We just want fast mana at this point. Question is, can we kill them? So if we level this up, I think we can tap the Starforge here. Swinging for 11, yeah, they're dead. That works. I guess they can make a token, so they're not just dead. Oh, they went for a card? I thought they were going to make a blocker. Okay, now they're definitely dead. That works. All right, 5 and 2. It's kind of a fun game. Bunch of ins, a bunch of outs. All right, opening hand looks good. We've got a little bit of removal, a little bit of card draw. Got some mana. I guess depending on how fast their deck is, we can decide if we want to play Sunken Citadel on 1. Pirates. I guess we probably should if they're aggro. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of when we'll have a time to play this if we don't draw other cards. I think we play it now. I think it's okay. We just want to make sure we get this thing going. Play Authority next turn. If this is Dimir, this might be some weird pirate deck, but yeah, I guess Dimir doesn't run Cavern, so maybe we wanted Authority there. Okay. If we don't draw any more land, having this on ready on 4 will be good. Okay, we definitely want Authority now because this thing has haste. Or no, it doesn't. Never mind. Okay. So we can Parting Gust the breaches. I think we want to like gain the life on the way in though, so maybe we Parting Gust next turn and just. I think you just want Authority going. So all the life really will matter. Are they stuck on land? Could be stuck on land. Trying to decide if we want a Parting Gust here or Innocence. Like if we create a treasure token. Yeah, I mean they'll get extra mana, which will be kind of annoying. So that we could shut that down. But I think saving this for after the board wipe is might be a little bit better. And then we'll play the Enduring Innocence to have them like hopefully like play more creatures, like think like we haven't got it. Be a little suspect if we played nothing there. So I think this plays into the board wipe a little better. That's pretty good. Ooh, a chainsaw is nice here. Alright, kind of have to board wipe. They've got some cool stuff though. I mean, like Chainsaw and like Lifecraft Engine is like super good for like avoiding board wipes. And they've got like Sanctuary, like they have a nice deck. Okay, now we can Starforge. We can also Flanker. Flanker plus Parting Gust is probably what we do. Man, a 3/3 Spectral Sailor is crazy. Ooh. And if they just use that to draw cards, like we're kind of in some trouble. Okay. So if they go for that, guess we can Parting Gust the Sanctuary. Or what we could do is we could Flanker, block, and then Parting Gust our Flanker. Although I think we want to get rid of their land. Alright, well let's start off with Flanker. Yeah, I guess theoretically they could have like counter mana up with their banner here. Innocence is pretty good. Like their flyer is the problem though. So maybe we take the take the 5 and then play Innocence next turn. But I mean, they can get Engine going. Huh. Do we want Voice? I think we just want more like board wipes, right? Voice is pretty good. Like it's a nice, cheap way to get Innocence going. Actually, I guess if we do it this way, we play Voice, draw a card, play Innocence. And I think we probably Parting Gust the Sailor because we can't block it, and they can put like the chainsaw on it, which can get out of hand very quickly. So yeah, I think we take the 5. Take the 5, get rid of the Sailor. And then try to double block the Sanctuary next turn. Ooh, chainsaw number 2 is a beating. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight here. Like all of the equipment and like the vehicles, like this is really tough. Yeah, it's like especially tough because it's like board wipes don't even get us out of this stuff because they've got all this nonsense. Ooh, and Kite Sail? Oh my god. We are in serious trouble. Yeah, I was hoping to chump this turn with Enduring Innocence to try to like buy some time, but it sounds like that's not going to be happening. Opponent here is thinking very long and hard about what exactly they want to do, but they have a pretty commanding position here. Trying to think of how we get out of this. Like, are we in a place where we have to chump with voice? Or like, can we try to like... I think we block the 1/1 here. And then, like next turn we can like attack to try to draw some cards and potentially like somehow get out of this problem. Yeah, he's too smart to like play out his whole hand, which I could totally get. I don't know if this is it's I guess it's not considered an Enduring Innocence until this thing is gone, so we're only going to draw one card here. We have to draw something now though, so I guess we're going for it. Yeah, these chainsaws are just really rough times, that and like the banner and the engine. Like, we need like Ultima to get out of this. That would be what we would need. Trying to think if there's anything else we could potentially draw here. Like if he only attacks with the flyer and we can like draw next turn into Parting Gust or some nonsense like that. I think we're just dead, but we can potentially go for it. We can seam rip his chainsaw for whatever that's worth. So if we were to use a Fountain Port to draw, guess we'll just see what he does. He probably just kills us, but you gotta play to your outs. We don't really have the mana for all of it. So this is like only really going to work if he only attacks with this like one creature or something. Because, yeah, if he attacks with both, we're just dead. Oh, it even has a Restless Spire? Cool. Good beats. Alright, so we ended up going 5-3. Yeah, pretty happy with it. I've been playing it on ladder and I'm like halfway through Diamond 4, so it's going well. I'm sure the deck could be better, my play could be better, but it's fun. Alright, let's get those sweet, sweet prizes. Ooh, nice. All right, and then let's take a look at the stats. All right, overall, the deck is 57% win rate, so 75% on the play, 44% on the draw for these just best of one standard events. 16 wins and 12 losses. And then if we were to look in, I think, constructed, I don't have a ton of activity on it, but it's 68% win rate, 83% on the play, 43% on the draw. So it's doing well, but back to the events, and it looks like kind of like mono black is a good matchup. So Azorius, the artifacts deck can be rough. I've been trying to navigate that. 4-color control, I got my first win today, but still kind of tough. Jeskai is a little hard also. Mono white enchantments is okay. 2 losses to Simic Aggro, and then Dimir as well. A win against Mono Red and Orzhov. I'm not sure if it was Pixies or if it was Orzhov Life Gain. And then Mono Blue. And Selesnya. And then this must be like a Temur, maybe a Temur Landfall. Oh, and 3 wins against Gruul. So it's doing great against Gruul. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with it. The one we just did, we went 63% win rate, 100% of the play, 50% on the draw, 5 wins and 3 losses. And here are the changes that I made to make room for the icebergs. So I do like the iceberg. I think it's a great card. If we hop back into the deck, what I would change, I think I kind of like it where it's at. All the cards sort of feel like they fit. Getting to Starforge mana is kind of rough, but having access to them I think feels really good. Like, it just feels like being able to always make tokens. So even if they like wipe our board, I don't really care because we can always sort of make tokens. We got run over a couple games against Aggro, so it's a consideration. Although against that Pirates deck, I haven't seen it on ladder, and it was very well tuned to like deal with Day of Judgment by having like all of those different like artifacts, and you know, that would be more of like a shift into like Ultima. The problem is that Ultima does not interact well with Enduring Innocence, so it would help against like Jeskai artifacts and like the like Legion Extruder deck, but overall I think I like Day a little bit more. It comes down a turn earlier, and it's like still great against Simic. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with where it's at right now. If you've watched to the end of this video and you enjoy this kind of content, thank you guys so much again for viewing. I really do appreciate you. If you're interested and want to see more, consider subscribing. Or if you would like to become a member for as little as 99 cents a month, you can get early access to all of my new videos and help support me in the channel, which I would greatly appreciate. So yeah, thanks again, guys, and we will see you in the next one.